In juvenile justice here in New Orleans, youth themselves are the ones that are on the very bottom of that, meaning that they're the ones that are going to jail. They're the ones that are, getting, beat up by some NOPD members. They're the ones targeted to be stopped and searched. They're on the very bottom.
Like right now, I don't know, somebody could be dying in front of my house.
Central City, 7 out of 10 black men are either locked up on probation or parole.
And if the people you be with guilty by association, you could get shot because you with somebody.
I know this woman. She was riding with her boyfriend in a car, and she didn't know they was gonna do the drive-by. So they shot at some other dudes, I guess killed them. But now she is in a predicament because she was an accessory, they say, to the murder. So now she in jail doing a lot of time. I think she was only 19.
I mean, almost every youth that I talk to always, they want to be able to have a job. They want to be able to carve out a decent existence. They want, that we've sold the American dream for so long around here. They want it too.
One particular kid, he said he felt discouraged. He's 6 years old. He said, I feel discouraged because I watch the news every day, and I sit down watching this mom, I see a lot of killing going on. I didn't see my cousin get killed in front of me.
We began to look at what was happening in the school system when we saw that because of the high rates of expulsion and suspension from the Louisiana school system, too many of our young people were falling through the cracks.
Because I was horrible in high school, my 9th grade year.
What we're seeing a lot in the classroom is schools that encourage compliance, and when compliance isn't met, kids are pushed out. So suspensions, expulsions, and general school push out based on zero tolerance discipline practices.
I see a lot of kids once they see somebody act out, they tend to act out with them.
These zero tolerance practices can be for infractions as small as not having the right socks on or not staying in line.
The youth want a job, they want to work, they want their education, they want to be treated fairly.
As we talked about the school to prison pipeline, educators are often not sure how to deal with bullying in the classroom and often penalize the young person who is LGBTQ, who may end up in the criminal justice system as a result.
We noticed an exponential increase in the number of suspensions and expulsions and school arrests.
What we're seeing often is in schools, children end up involved in the criminal justice system because of a schoolyard fight.
Our office opened its doors because Louisiana had the dubious distinction of having one of the most brutal and violent youth prison systems in the country.
The Youth Study Center, which is our city's juvenile detention center, had horrible conditions.
And the stories of abuse and neglect and violence that came out of the facilities was horrifying.
My son was involved in an incident which happened on October 8th. They said that he had sustained a broken jaw and that he was taken to the hospital.
Okay, he was sleeping and someone hit him in the face with a brick while he was sleeping.
He had to have a plate placed in his left mandible, and he has arch bars placed in his mouth.
There's been a lot of documented cases of PTSD. A lot of the same symptoms that veterans have that are coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan. Guess what? Our children have the same exact symptoms.
Another problem that we see that's very serious is juvenile life without parole.
There's a sense of hopelessness, that people have lost hope. And once you lose hope, that's a very, very dangerous thing.
A 16-year-old in Louisiana is serving life without parole because he punched another child in his school and the child died. He's serving life without parole as a result.
One of the kids' dad that was going there, he used to come pick him every day, pick him up his daughter and his son up every day, and they didn't know that he had passed away.
When you don't have hope of having a good life, you don't see where you're going to be able to get these material possessions or some of these things that you need for survival, it creates a mentality. I'll do anything. I'll do anything to get paid.
She was 5, the girl was 5, and the brother was 7. She said, why do you have so much killing going on?